question as to whether there should be a code of ethics for CEOs is an interesting one and required me to think about the role of executives within a company. CEOs should act ethically, and for the most part, I believe that their customers and employees are requiring that of them. There are competing challenges, though, such as keeping costs low and providing products that are valued by consumers while still enabling the highest margins possible for the company. I believe that focus on creating value and generating profits can and should be done in a way that is both morally and ethically acceptable by the general public. However, the question posed for this discussion is whether or not CEOs should have a code of ethics similar to that of doctors and lawyers. To that question, I would say no. The reason for this being that the responsibilities of doctors and lawyers are much different than that of a CEO. Corporations have the requirement to make a profit and increase the value of the company for shareholders. They also have the responsibility to stay in business for their employees and the communities in which they operate. In contrast, doctors and lawyers are providing a service for the public and typically dealing with clients or patients in a one-on-one situation where the well-being of that specific individual is at risk if there is unethical behavior. Their primary focus should be on what is best for the individual, and they should not be guided in their decision-making by other forces that would benefit them personally. The challenge of creating a code of ethics for CEOs is in determining who gets to create that code and what level of accountability is there for individuals when performance is not in line with the ethical standards that have been brought forth. Also, how do you get all CEOs to agree on what is ethical when the cultural differences are so extreme in this global market? Is the CEO responsible for any unethical behavior that someone in their corporation exhibits, or does that accountability lie with the individual? This is just one of many challenges I see with a centralized body developing a code of ethics for business. There have been efforts to get globally aligned standards in place, for example, the UN Global Compact. While this compact gives the appearance of being a great effort, there are questions and concerns about whether or not it is encouraging corporations to behave any differently than they already were. I do believe that corporations have a responsibility to behave morally and ethically while having a positive influence on society as a whole. Rather than there being a need for a designated code, I think we are beginning to see the market require corporations to act more responsibly. In these times where access to information is so immediate via cell phones and social media, companies run a huge risk of losing customers and employees if they behave in a way that causes others to question their commitment to issues of the day. Trust for a corporation can be lost quickly, and it can be very difficult to regain a positive standing with the community. Because of this, I think CEOs are becoming much more aware of their social policies, and they are focused on being responsible for things like environmental protection, resource sustainability, and social equity. In summary, I do not believe that a code of ethics is required for business or business leaders. I feel like the market is driving the correct behaviors, and because of this, we are seeing more corporations creating socially responsible strategies. Thank you.